Here we are once again in our media center for Marketplace Master. For those of you coming to our show, one of the things that's been absolutely just a joy is the amount of professionalism that I've found with a lot of the vendors that I've been working with. And on this company is really kind of at the top of that list for me because they kind of match a little bit of the criteria of our show. You know, at Marketplace Masters, it's very important for us to make sure dealers are getting primary education on the importance of social media especially, and of course digital marketing. But I think that we've got someone here today that can actually help your dealership quite a bit with that landscape. I'm real excited to have him. We're talking with FriendDemic. They are an incredible company doing a lot of stuff in social as well as reputation management. And I think you're going to like what you have to hear. I've got Brent Albercht, VP of Business Development, here with me today. Brent, how are you?
Good, Beto. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing super good. Getting excited because we're getting closer, a few more months towards our show, and so things are starting to pick up, and I'm just real happy to have you on here with us. And I want to learn as much as I can about what it is that you guys have to offer dealers. We have a lot of dealers here listening, highly interested in the information you have because of the theme of our show. Again, tell me a little bit, if you don't mind, about the core services of FriendDemic.
Sure. FriendDemic, as a provider in the automotive space, we really wanted to be good at one thing, and that's to focus on social media. Now, under that social media umbrella, there's a few different services we help dealers with. One of those is reputation management, which is monitoring all the review sites anywhere to see what's being said about your dealership on those sites, helping you respond to all those reviews, and then help you, solicit your customers to get more good reviews so we can help you move those ratings up. And then on the social media side, we really break services into two areas, what I would describe as social marketing and social advertising. Social marketing is a little more on that branding and awareness side, helping a dealer manage all their social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., getting those audiences engaged with the dealer's content, starting to have conversations there, building those relationships as they go. Social advertising, on the other hand, much more of that cost per click format of ads to drive website traffic and drive leads, predominantly on Facebook. We do ads on all the social media sites, but because of the amount of data that Facebook has, that's where we can really target the best.
That's wonderful. Yeah, Facebook is probably the primary place most dealerships should be spending a lot of their time and attention for the long stay, right? Because Facebook's not going anywhere. A lot of the other applications coming out, Instagram, I think, is a really good place for millennials. Not as solid as Facebook. I can see why you guys are really kind of focusing on that, at least at the time being. And I can tell you it makes a huge difference. The audience development you talked about, being able to actually develop an opportunity for the local environment to engage your business is so critical. And I tell people this a lot. This is what it used to be like back in the 80s. It was all relationship development, relationship selling. And really, social selling is just a hyper environment for that. And it sounds like you guys really have an opportunity for these dealers to work with that. You said that you manage the social websites for these dealers and you build original custom content. Talk to me a little bit about that. I know content can be challenging and it's important to have good content. Tell me a little bit about that.
I think part of it is working with each dealer to develop a custom content strategy for their brand that matches the personality or the style of their business. What I would always explain is, when you go to a dealer's Facebook page, if it looks like they hired an agency to post content for them, then that's a fail, right? We want this to look like this is content from the dealer. So as part of that, that means we need to have constant communication with the dealer, know what's going on in the dealership, work with them on things that are going to be relevant to their market and specific to their store. Sometimes that's a challenge where a dealer might think, hey, I hired a vendor to take care of this. Why are they calling all the time? Let me focus on selling cars, which I get that idea. But the reality is the more interaction we can have with the dealership, the better we can craft that content message for them.
That makes perfect sense. And of course, to do the one thing you and I talked about a little bit earlier, which is to push traffic to their sites, to get them leads, to actually get them productivity in the form of eventually, if not immediately, selling cars. So I think that's awesome. You guys must have a lot of talent in-house, does a lot of the things you have. Now, one thing's for sure, you guys have been around for a little bit. A lot of changes have happened in social. I know that you probably spend a lot of your time and attention on just making sure you guys are completely up to date with what you can do. You've been doing this long enough that you could kind of give dealers that edge. Tell me a little bit just about the experience that you guys have had over the last several years. What have you learned that really can help the dealerships when it comes to developing the kind of service plan that you guys have?
FriendDemic's been around for almost 7 years now. But for a dealership, that may not sound like a long time, but in the social media realm, that's an incredibly long time because social media just hasn't been around that long. I mean, right now we're working with somewhere between 800 and 900 dealers. So if you think about that and you're managing social pages for such a large number, you can learn that much faster what works and what doesn't. And as well, we stay on top with things as they've changed over time. It used to be with social, a lot of the goals were posting and building a local fan base. You know, let's see how many likes I can get on my Facebook page. That's all it was about, right? It was kind of a branding thing, especially on Facebook. The social sites have advanced where it's taking people, moving those conversations from the social page to the website, directly to someone at the dealership, and generating leads, generating website traffic. Whereas even just a few years ago, most people would tell you it's really tough to track any kind of ROI on social. Now, we can absolutely see, here's how many real-time leads I generated for a dealership. Here's how many cars they sold because of our efforts.
Excellent answer. And that, again, speaks to the experience that you have. I can't tell you how important that is for you dealerships that are listening to know that FriendDemic has all of the information from hundreds of dealerships on what's really working in social. Don't you think that would be worth a phone call? And bringing that up quickly, how do we get a hold of FriendDemic? What's the best way if I want to get engaged with your company and get started with your services to get in touch?
Just like what I would recommend a dealer, offer multiple choices for whatever works best for that client. You can give us a call. Go to our website, FriendDemic.com. There's lots of different forms there where you can just request information or sign up for a demo. You could email us. We have a general email at sales@FriendDemic.com. And one of our local reps will then get in touch with you. Usually we like to walk a dealer through a demo explaining, here's what our services are, and then hear from them. What are your goals? What are your priorities? What are you hoping to accomplish? And seeing if that's a good fit, and then we'll customize a strategy based on what they're looking for us to do.
Great. On their website, everyone, that's FriendDemic.com. On the far right, you'll see their contact button. Click on that. I'm actually looking at their form right now. And they've got a number listed here as well, 801-415-9314. Give them a call. Give them a try. Now, they're coming to Marketplace Master, which is exciting. So you can come on down and you can meet Brent. You can meet the rest of the members of his team and spend some time with us September 6th, 7th, and 8th. But don't hesitate to get a hold of FriendDemic today because you couldn't be moving fast enough into this new social environment that we're in. And everyone knows at this point that reputation and reviews are absolutely important to have for your dealership. So, Brent, thank you so much for spending some time with us here today on Marketplace Master.
No, thanks a lot. Appreciate you inviting me for the call and really looking forward to the show this fall.
Awesome. I look forward to having you there. Everyone have a great rest of your day.